Hello everyone, welcome you all to this new video. So in this video, we are continuing with the concepts of Module 5. The first part of Module 5 is done. I've covered it in the first three videos that is related to Verilog behavioral description. Okay, in that we have firstly seen with the basic definition of a behavioral description, how the format is written with respect to one Verilog simple code that is for an half adder, and we have seen some of the initial conditions for a Verilog behavioral description along with some of the examples how the statements are assigned. Then in the next video we have seen with some of the examples related to the Verilog behavioral description, that is with respect to 2 is to 1 mux, then JK flip flop, then 3-bit binary counters, and we have seen the codes for that using the Verilog sequential statements, right? That is if, else if, and if else statements. We have seen the representation for it. And in the previous video, we have seen with the concept related to loop statements, that is for loop, while loop, repeat loop, and forever loops. With respect to that, how the Verilog codes are written, it's a syntax along with one simple example. Okay. So till now we have discussed these many things in Verilog behavioral description part. All of them are very important. Please go and watch it. Okay. In from this video onwards, we are going to be discussing the basic concepts of Verilog structural description. This is one final kind of description where how the structural descriptions are done based on the logic gates and how it is getting executed in terms of Verilog module. We'll discuss it. Okay. So now let us start now the concept of Verilog structural description. The structural description is a method of defining a system with its basic hardware components. Okay. In this case, since it is digitally constructed, so that's why we are using the basic logic components in case of hardware components. Those are logic gates. The structural description is best implementation where the hardware components are known. For example, consider a 2 is to 1 multiplexer. This can be easily implemented if structural descriptions of the basic components are known. That is, these what and all are used for representing the 2 is to 1 multiplexer and or and not gates, right? Basically these are the things which are used for basic representation of 2 is to 1 multiplexer that we have seen in the previous module with respect to one logic diagram. These gates are used. Okay, for first you need to be knowing the logic, these working of these logic gates. Okay, after that what you need to be doing is for these logic gates you need to be assigning the basic data flow or any kind of description, and those descriptions would be used in the structural description. Okay, for each gates we are using the we are using it in the form of code in order to represent in the structural description. Okay, so this is the basic format of a structural description. So the structural description can easily describe these components. It is very close to the schematic simulation. Here we are going to be discussing about gate level and register level descriptions for Verilog and VHDL. Okay, so some of the facts which are there in the structural description which you need to be knowing, let us discuss that now. Structural description stimulates the system by describing its logical components such as AND gate, OR gate, or NOT gate. Okay, or be a higher logical level such as register transfer level, RTL, or processor level. Okay, so this is the first fact. Next is the structural description is more suitable rather than the behavioral description. Why? Because if you compare it with the behavioral description, we need to be executing the program step by step until we achieve the output, right? So it won't be considering any inner logic behind that. It would be going with the flow. But if you compare it with the structural description, in the structural description the logic synthesis comes into the picture. Based on the logic gates and its function, it could be we could be easily reducing the code and we could be executing it in a faster manner. Okay, so that's why this is preferable more than the behavioral description. So consider an example. A system is performing the operation A plus B equal to C. Okay. In behavioral description, we usually write C is equal to A plus B, and we have no choice in the type of adders which is used to perform in the addition. Okay. So we won't be having any choice what adders what you need to be using, because in the behavioral description, as we say, we are using the sequential and loop statements to execute. Okay. So that's why it should be a bit complicated. Whereas if you do it this the same example in the structural description, in structural description we can specify the type of adder. For example, look ahead adders. Okay, we could be easily assigning for that condition what logic circuit could be used. Okay, for this example basically we could be using the look ahead adders so that we could be performing it. Okay, so we could be making the choice and we could be assigning it. So this is the second fact. Third fact, all statements in the structural description are concurrent. Okay, at any simulation time all the statements that have an event are executed concurrently or repeatedly. Okay, fourth one, the main difference between VHDL and Verilog structural description is availability of the components to the user. Okay, Verilog recognizes all the primitive gates such as AND or XOR, NOT, and XNOR gates. So the basic VHDL packages do not recognize any gates unless the package is linked to one or more libraries, packages, or modules that have the gate descriptions. It means that the basic VHDL packages are the inner data which is present in that Verilog module. Okay, so if you compare it with the structural description, in structural description, those libraries packages are not required because we are using the logic level logic synthesis instead of the structural synthesis. Okay, so that's why whatever the inner modules are present with respect to libraries, packages, and all those things are not in the consideration because we are using the logic synthesis with respect to the logic gates, right? So that's why those things are not coming in the picture here. So these are the basic facts of the structural description which you need to be knowing, and these are the organization part. This is not required, and some of the important keywords under structural description. Let us see now. First is for component XOR2. For that, the ports are assigned I1, I2, standard logic output 1, and end component. Okay, the XOR2 component here has two inputs I1 and I2 and one output O1. Okay, so those things are represented in these ports here. Once the component is used, we can use the same component one or more times in the system description. The instantiation part of the code maps the generic input or output to the actual input or output of the system. For example, the statement. You see the statement here x1 XOR2 port map a comma b comma sum. So here in this statement, maps a to it maps to a to input x1 of XOR2 and input b to input I2 of XOR2. It means that for whatever the value of the input is considered in respect to that XOR2, it would be linking towards that thing directly, okay, using the port map. So this mapping means that the logic relationship between AB. So it would be assigning the logic relationship between AP based on the given code word here. So here they have given the keyword as XOR2. It means that two input XOR. So that's why AB would be directly linked to that two input XOR. And it would be assigning the logic then and there itself in one this statement only. Okay. Whereas if you compare it with the behavioral description or the data flow, for that you need to be giving the inputs, outputs, then assigning the outputs with in the terms of inputs, right? But here it is not like that. Here we need the port variables, and based on that one keyword, that is XOR2. Okay, this XOR2 is used only for XOR operations, so that's why if you put that in this keyword directly, it would be executing. Okay, so yeah, so this is for XOR gates, different examples. So one structural description they have used for the half adder. You see here what is done here. Okay. So you see here Verilog structural description module system. We are having A, B, sum and C out. Inputs are A, B. Output is sum and C out. So XOR X1. That is X1 is the optional identifier. It can be omitted. Okay. So that's why here just for the sake of giving name they have given X1. Now you see here sum A, B and A1 C out AB directly without even the relationship, only they have given directly, okay, using the keywords, that is XOR and. So in this way the structural descriptions are written. Now for the simple half adder, you see here module half adder, the inputs and outputs in this ports we have mentioned here A, B, sum and C out. Inputs are A, B, carry is sum, output is sum and carry. Now we see here, we know that for half adder the two gates with the two logic gates which we are using in the half adder are for sum and carry. For the sum we are using the XOR gate, and for carry we are using the AND gate, right? So that directly it is written here XOR of S comma A comma B. Okay, S indicates the output. Then what and all are required for that output? The variables are A, B. So these are the inputs. Similarly for AND gate, carry is the output and the inputs are A comma B. Like directly it is mentioned. So this is the structural description using logic level, which would be easily reducing the length of the code. Okay, so hope this is clear. Very easy, right? How to represent for a structural description. Yeah, so hope it is clear. So some other examples are there that I'll discuss in the upcoming in one next video. That in that final video I will be discussing with some important examples with respect to final exam point of view. Okay, so that I'll make it in camera. I have written it in one note, so that I'll show you guys. Okay, so yeah, that's all for this video, guys, related to structural description, syntax, and one simple example using Verilog half adder. We have seen the basic structure of this description. Okay, so that